All right, gonna do a short training on track wrestling here. Um, as a user, when you get to your computer, you're gonna see this screen. Up top, there's multiple menus. You're gonna leave all that alone except for this first one, Mat 1A AM. You later in the afternoon or in the morning, once we get through the first round of matches, you'll come and select the second one, but we can talk about that again later. But to start the day, you'll always work from top to bottom. So you're always going to select the top match. So once you select that match, it's going to bring you into the track wrestling controller. If the ref decides that he wants Calvin from Map Pack to be red, you just select that box and it'll give you a drop down. You can change him to red. In the center here is your clock, your start and stop. You don't have to worry about the time. The time's going to be automatically set. So once you hit start, the match has begun. Now, when we come to the scoring, we would like you to select the actual verbiage for the points awarded. So if the ref awards a 2 takedown, select 2 takedown. Now your menu is going to change that. So it shows Blaze is on top. These are his scoring opportunities, and Calvin is on bottom, and these are his scoring opportunities. If the ref stops the match, you just select stop. It's going to turn this red. The clock is going to be stopped. You can start it again here. Let's say Blaze gets a 2 near fall. You'll see it populates down here. And then Calvin gets a reversal. So we got 4-2 here. Let's stop the clock here. Let's say this wasn't a reversal actually, and it was an escape. You just select the reversal, and you can either hit change, would give it to the other person, switch, but we'll just hit delete, and we're going to give him the escape. So it's easy enough to change the points awarded if you mess up. We're going to start this match again, show you what to do to get to the next period. So time has ran out. We just come up to the top here and hit next. It's going to ask for choice. I'll refer to Brian to see what we're doing for choice.
We are going to be. We need to talk about that with the officials, so I apologize. We will most likely have the officials go ahead, and what they have done in the past is they will do a 1 and a 2 behind their backs, and then they'll just choose one of the wrestlers will choose the 1 or 2, and then vice versa. So we will right now have the refs have the kids choose, and then the ref will then tell you guys what position they will be in.
Okay, so it could be a couple different formats, but the ref ultimately is going to tell you who's going to be where. So let's say that Blaze picks top. It's going to move to the next period, and he's on top. So those are his scoring opportunities again. So when the ref says so, start the match. We're going to give an escape to Calvin here. And then we're going to go a takedown with Blaze. And let's say at this point, Blaze turns him to his back and pins him. So the match stops. So now the match is over. You'll need to come over to result and make sure that the proper kid is highlighted. So by highlighted, it's this green. If it was actually Calvin, you can select Calvin and it'll turn his name highlighted. But we know it was Blaze, so we're going to select Blaze. Make sure this stuff is irrelevant when it comes to a fall. But if the scoring was different, we just want to make sure the score was correct, and we hit save result. It's going to bring us back to the main screen again. We want to start at the top, bring that up, and we have our next match. I don't recall if I said earlier, but you're on deck and in the hole. You might have some kids looking over your shoulder to see who is up next. And your timer can be looking at this to make sure that Ben and Royce are ready to go for the next match. We won't worry anything about go time. That's going to update once the tournament starts. You go to that and they've wrestled one time. So if Henrik has wrestled once, it's going to say he can't go for 45 minutes after that first match. But we're like, don't pay attention to that. So if it says 9 o'clock and it's 8:55, you can wrestle them. We're not going to worry about, we won't have any injury or head or neck or anything. So we shouldn't have to worry about that.
Let's talk about techs for a moment. Normal high school techs are 15 points. We will be going 10 points for all of our techs. So track does not understand a 10-point tech. So they'll stop it after 10, and then I'll let you go ahead from here, Travis, when we get to the result.
Yep, like he said, 10-0 score. The clock or the tournament or the track wrestling's not going to know because it's typically 15, like Brian said. We can come into result here, and it's not going to be like, I will select tech foul and I'll try to save result. It's not going to allow that. So if tech fouls are important for tiebreakers. So if so, we can just add points to the wrestler that got the tech foul. You add 5 to that wrestler's score and save result, and it'll save it as a tech foul. That should cover that. Let's see here. And if getting back to this, like I said, if you want to start from the top, but if for whatever reason Ben or somebody had to go to the bathroom, you can go to the next one. That's not a huge deal, but don't start from the bottom and work up. You always want to work from the top down. If you save a result and let's say Ben's up 2-0, go to result and you accidentally saved it as Royce, just let the head table know, and we can go in and edit that that mistake. And it's really simple to do, and it definitely happens, so it's not a big deal. Don't recall if I mentioned it earlier, but there's going to possibly be a back button up here. So if you think you went to the wrong menu and hit back, it will kick you out of the tournament entirely. So we just want to make sure that we don't select that. And if you do, let us know and we'll come over to the table and get you back to this menu. One thing new this year is we will be using virtual clocks. So if the clock isn't working, once again, let us know. But what may happen is this menu here. Oops, sorry. This menu here will be on the other screen, and you may lose your mouse. It might be up on the other monitor, which are those TVs that are going to be the actual clock here. So something to think about if you're like, oh, where did my mouse go? It's probably up on that clock. So just kind of drag it back into, or look for your mouse and drag it back into your screen here.
And oops, sorry. I was going to say one more additional thing. We this year also with our new clock system, we do not have the timer stop dongles anymore. So the timer starts and stop will be from the computer.
Correct. And one thing to keep in mind there, I find it easier. Instead of worrying about the start and stop here, the down arrow on the keyboard starts and stops the controller. So if you're working on scoring, you don't have to, and you don't have a quick second to get over to stop the clock because the ref stopped it. Just hit the down arrow and that will stop the clock as well. That's the only keyboard shortcut that's available. Yeah, I think there's a whole much others to chat about. And as we said, like once you get in the morning, your first session, when you know you're done is when there are no more matches. This would be empty, like this. This is what it's going to look like once you've ran through all your matches. And let's say you're on mat 1, you've ran through all your matches for the AM, but we're going to have a second round within that AM. So you just select mat 1B and it'll be loaded with your next session of matches, which is just another round of brackets. I don't know if there's much else that we need to go over.
I think that's about it. As Travis said, reach out to us at the head table. If anything comes up, we'll do whatever we can to get there as fast as we can to help you guys out. And we'll have people running around all day too. There'll be people, some of our security guys understand track. We'll have people around most of the day to help out if need be.
We'll have our phone numbers on the table as well in case you need to call quick.
Yep.
So.
Okay. Well, thanks everyone. I appreciate it. Thanks for the help. Again, it's greatly appreciated. Let's make this tournament run well for us. So enjoy and thanks.